What's up, guys? Jared and Landon here from the B&H Outdoors crew. Got a video here of some boxer blades, knives. This is a full lineup of his blades. Some are discontinued, some are new to the market. So I think all of them you can still custom order, but they might not be in his
kind of collection and website and everything.
Yeah, they might not necessarily be on the website, but some of these you can order if they're not on the website. So we're going to start off here with a B&H series knife. It's the Boxer Blades Rebel. So this blade for the 2021 hunting season, he come out for us. This knife, it's modeled after my dad's hunting knife. So for you guys out there that have always wanted a modern spin on your dad's old hunting knife, this is definitely where you need to go, where you need to look. It's got some sure touch handles, so if you haven't checked that out, you'll kind of see a theme as we go down through here that a lot of these blades have that style handle. So that's really a nice modern touch to that blade. So
next, after these, something to kind of go with the Rebels here was another one that he had done a little bit of before, but I think he brought it back out for us to kind of pair with it as a skinning blade was for the Rebel. To kind of go with that is the Canadian. So you can see it's a little bit smaller. It's got more of a curved handle, a smaller blade that's a little bit more for detail work. So if you're processing an animal and need that little bit more of a fine touch, this is a great little knife. I mean, you can see it's not very big, but you can really get in there where you need to get. So that was kind of the whole purpose behind this build. But it's also a great EDC blade that I know you've carried for a little while.
I have, yeah. Right before hunting season, I really wanted to try and test that blade out. And just see what it was capable of, see about its edge retaining capabilities and stuff like that. So really the only way you can test that type stuff is to use it. And if you're going to beat a blade up on the everyday, using it a couple times a year to skin animals, that's
it's going to kind of hold up through that process.
And I mean, he was talking, I carry this on the daily. That blade fits in my hand. So for a fixed blade, that's a very small blade, and so concealability and comfort are some of its top qualities. And it's by far my favorite EDC blade, I do believe.
Yeah.
So.
Well, moving from that is a blade that if you all have seen anything from us before, you've probably seen before. We have a whole specific video related to the Raider here. This knife is just a straight up camp knife. As you see, yeah, it's big, but it's also strong that you can do pretty much anything camp related task with it. Like I said, definitely go check out that last video from us going over the Raider here. But this was really what kicked off the relationship between B&H and Boxer Blades.
Yep.
So, like I said, any questions about this one, go check out that last video. We're going to be doing videos on every single one of these knives here in the near future, going a little bit more into detail, showing what they're good for, who they're good for, kind of how much they run, pros, cons, that kind of deal, and really just do a review of each and every kind of piece of the lineup here. Yep. So like I said, y'all have seen this one before, so we'll go ahead and move on from that and just keep an eye out for more in-depth videos on everything here. So what do we have next here, bud?
So next up on the list was a project for us and Boxer Blades. This is his 47 series. So this is modeled for a tactical combat blade. This is a fighting knife. This knife is made for stabbing, it's made to fight with. It has other abilities and other strengths, but it's by far made to simply fight with.
Yeah.
So
and we both keep this knife on our kit, on our tack belts. I mean, that's the sole purpose of this knife when we designed it, and it went through several revisions with him to get it exactly how we wanted it and where we were all happy with it. And I'm certainly happy with it. It's probably one of my personal favorite blades, just because, I mean, I'm more of the tactical side where you're more as the camp and outdoorsy side. Yeah. But yeah, definitely an awesome blade to check out down the road. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
all right, well, let's move on to the next one, which is going to start getting back into the EDC blades again. So one that I have carried every single day is the Frug. Now this was one of his originals, if I remember correctly, that I went ahead and did the carbon scales on, kind of more high speed, perfect size for an EDC blade, fits in the pocket great. But it's also a great size as far as the blade. It's not huge, it's not too big, but it's plenty of room there to do anything that you need to do on just an everyday task level. So I absolutely love the EDC lineup, from the Frug to the Canadian to the couple that you've got. You can go ahead and go over. Definitely something to check out, and we'll go into more detail down the road. But what do you have there that you carry quite a bit?
Sure. So this is another one of my EDC blades from him. This is the Wolf Pup. So, Scandi grind, and if you'll look, orange, very bright, high vis. So, we're staying along that same ideology and stuff that I kind of like. So, that outdoorsy bushcraft style blade, but it's a little bigger than the Canadian. So, it's a little harder to carry in your pocket, but it's 100% doable.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
A super comfortable blade, sharp. It stays razor sharp. I mean, and that goes without saying for any of his blades.
Absolutely.
They're all razor sharp and hold their edge.
And they're super easy to resharpen if you need to. If you do beat your knives and you get to the point where it's not quite as razor sharp, it's something you can hone up with a small stone super easily and pretty quick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I gave the Canadian a quick little once over before season started. So, yeah. So that's my Wolf Pup. So
it looks like we have one more EDC knife, and then we'll get into a couple more of his. Obviously, that's all the knives that I have from Tanner right now. Obviously, you've got a couple over there after your EDC knives that I'm a little jealous of, but let's knock out that last EDC knife before we get into those.
All right. So this is the pocket buoy. So kind of a smaller light knife, very reminiscent of the Rebel and the Raider. So if you really wanted like a 3-style size knife, you could hit the Raider.
Go ahead and just kind of show the blade shape and everything.
So So check that out. So you've got 3 sizes of knife right there with the same style, so to speak. So you've got an EDC knife, you've got like a skinning knife, and then you've got like a true camp knife. So, I mean, each one of those paired into like a camping setup, or, I mean, possibly you could even put that into like a tactical setup. And you could do anything you could ever want to do with those 3 knives right there, as far as you could ask for from a blade. So,
and I think this really just kind of goes to show that there is truly a blade design out there for everybody, for every purpose right now.
Sure.
For really anything that you're wanting to do, there's something out there.
Sure.
So, well, now that we've covered pretty much all of the main lineup ones, let's get into the 2 one-off pieces that you have, and then the one new one that he has in his lineup.
Yeah. Stole your knife.
Well, that's rude.
So, yeah, like he was saying, I've got 2 that are one-off pieces that I think are, they're just fantastic knives. So, we'll start off with this one. This is the Solomon. So, this is his take on, come out there, thank you. This is his take on the K-Bar Mark I. So, we nicknamed it the Solomon because this knife replaced what was the Raider after the Solomon Island campaigns during World War II. So, great blade. I've carried it most of the spring and summer.
Throughout all kind of our scouting trips and everything.
Yeah, whenever we were checking cameras and going up, prepping for deer season and stuff, this is the blade that I've carried. So, very much so a cool piece, and the quality from him, it's top of the line. So, get into, have all been so far really workhorses. If you had one knife that you could pick from one company, I would be okay to pick one of these, any of these from him, and that would hold up and last you a lifetime.
Absolutely.
So this is actually a showpiece for me. Not to say that it's not capable of performing the task, but he took an old rasp and worked it down and turned it into a just a beautiful work of art here. You can see the marks from the old pieces from the file and stuff. This has a lot more heft to it than the rest of the blades. So, G10 handles. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece of work from him. So, this is, like I say, this is a showpiece from him. So,
not to say it couldn't be used, but I think as far as we go, we have enough to use otherwise that this one's going to stay in a case for a while.
Yeah, I like to bring this out ever so often and show it off. But
kind of a conversation piece.
It is very much so a cool conversation piece, but a nice knife from him.
No doubt. Well, let's get into that last knife, and it's kind of the newest rendition and release of his lineup that I know you all worked quite a bit on to kind of design and figure out exactly how you wanted it, and it came to be something I think we and him as well think is going to be a pretty popular knife.
I agree. Yeah, so he did some work. We'll just kind of start from the front. He did some cool Kydex work on this, and this blade is very much so designed for the bushcraft, the camping, the just outdoorsman at heart. So it comes with its own fire steel and has a little pocket for that, and then you got your blade, and then he did some interesting work here with the loop. This is webbing, so this has kind of a old school era kind of Vietnam feel, and I seen a blade that was very much so like this, and I thought that was, I wanted those touches on it, and he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
So now to the blade itself, if I can get it in here. So like Teaster said here, newest blade on the market. It's the BT3. It's a bush tool style knife. It's got a Scandi grind, micarta handles. So this is designed for the bushcrafter.
It's perfect for you.
Yeah,
your style of knife.
Yeah, it hit everything that I really look for in a blade. It's razor sharp. It's got a 90-degree spine, great for striking the fire steel. So, camping wise and bushcraft wise, you couldn't ask for a better blade. He really done well on making this.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Like we was talking, this is the newest thing on the market, and that we look for 2022. This could potentially be a top seller for him.
I think so, absolutely.
Yep. All right, guys.
Well, with that being said, that pretty much covers everything that we have from him, and pretty much the majority of the blades that he offers, and some that he really doesn't even offer anymore. Not to be said that you can't custom order one through him if you've seen something that you like and you're not seeing it on his website or his Instagram. Definitely hit him up, and more than likely he'd be able to custom make something for you. But keep an eye out on our page for review videos on every single blade that we've went through today. We're going to go into a little bit more detail, as I said before, on each one of them. So, you have anything else you want to add?
No, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. If you don't follow us on Instagram, give us a look. It's B&H Outdoorz. It's got a Z on it. And stay tuned, guys. I think we got some more videos in the works, and we've got a lot of big things planned for 2022 and the remainder of 2021. So.
Yeah. Well, let's get out of here, and like I said, just keep an eye out, and we're gonna go and shoot some bows and start getting ready for deer season. That we're into it now. So
yeah, we're a month in. So
well, let's do it. Let's get out of here. Have a good one.